Good evening, Miss Jean and everyone. My groupmates aren't here today because they have our places are actually quite far away, and they provided me manila paper and marker. And today we're going to discuss the Copernican system, which in our subject in physical science. So the Copernican system in astronomy model of the solar system centered on the sun with the earth and other planets around it, formulated by Nicholas Copernicus and published in 1543. So the Copernican system in astronomy, if anyone doesn't know what the term astronomy means, those are people who directly gaze the stars. They look for guidance and path and lead the way, or want to be fated to their directions and way of life, something like that. And the one who made the Copernican system is actually called Nicholas Copernicus, and he published this in 1543, which is quite tough since that date people don't actually know about anything about astronomy, and they need evidence in order to know if it's true or not. And this is an example of the Copernicus system, which is the center is actually the sun, next is Mercury, Venus, Earth and the Moon, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, and the fixed stars. Now, this is actually a phenomenon where the planets are actually aligned in together, and this actually happens once in a lifetime and years. And who is Nicholas Copernicus? He is a Renaissance polymath, active as a mathematician, astronomer, and Catholic canon, who formulated a model of the universe that placed the sun rather than the earth at its center. So, nag-formulate siya ani og kuan kanang model about the sun and the solar system, that is the best example. And he's also a mathematician with great at calculations, an astronomer, which actually quite, and a Catholic also. How did Copernicus explain his theory? From his observation, Copernicus concluded that every planet, including the Earth, revolved around the Sun. He also determined that the Earth rotates daily on its axis and that the Earth's motions affect what people saw in the heavens. Copernicus did not have the tools to prove his theories. So, from only his observations which are actually correct, he conducted that the planet or all the planet circles around the sun, which is actually true. And from his observation that the earth actually rotates axis, we already know what the axis is from our math, and I don't need to explain that. That the earth motion affected what people saw in the heavens. So like the morning into the night, it's actually the earth circling around the sun, which affects the sky from blue to orange or yellow to dark, and which actually quite hard for him to make people believe, since he doesn't have any right tools to prove that his theories are actually correct, which from time past is the people in the modern day actually provided that it's actually true that his theories are actually correct and his opinion. And people in the day in 1543 didn't believe him because lack of evidence, which is that's it. The characteristics of the Copernican system. The major features of Copernican theories are heavenly motions are uniform, eternal, and circular or compounded of several circles, which are epicycles. The center of the universe is near the sun. Around the sun, in order, the planets, which are the planets, are Mercury, Venus, the Earth, and the Moon, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and the fixed stars. So we have to go back in this example, this is actually the basic example of the solar system which are aligned together. This is the sun, which is the center. Next, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and the Moon, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and this is actually a fixed stars which circles around the solar system. And which are the heavenly the features of this are actually the heavenly motions are uniforms, which are, I don't know, and it is internal, which are forever, and several internal means forever, that means it's everlasting, and circular, which is, and the circular motions, they rotate in the sun's atmosphere, or compounded of several circles, which are epicycles. Copernican idea. What is the Copernican idea? In a book called On the Revolutions of the Heavenly Bodies that was published as Copernicus lay on his deathbed, Copernicus provided that the sun, not the earth, was the center of the solar system, such as a model called heliocentric. So before he died, he developed a book called The Revolutions of the Heavenly Bodies, which is actually the solar systems that the proposed of the sun, that it is the center of our solar system and not the earth, and such a model is called the heliocentric system. What is heliocentric system? The heliocentric system, aka the heliocentric model, is a theory that placed the sun at the center of the solar system. It is also maintains that the earth revolves around the sun. The etymology of this term stems from the Greek word for sun, helios. So the heliocentric system, aka the heliocentric model, isa na siyang theory na nagstulya na ang solar system nato, center of our solar system is actually the sun, and all the planet around it circulates the sun in a circular rotation, which is actually, and sometimes happened, planets aligned with including the moon align with each other. The orbit of Copernican system. According to Copernicus, heliocentric planetary orbit is a combination of two circular motions. The first motion of the planet around a small circular epicycle, and the second is the motion of the center of the epicycle around the sun on a circular different motion. Both motions are uniformed and in the same direction. So the orbit of Copernican system actually has two circular motions, with is a small circular epicycle, and the second is actually the motion center of the epicycle, which that cycle is actually the line that the planet revolves around the sun. And that's it for my video. Thank you for listening.